Here, Mullen last week 14 for 22, but it's Dodge who scoops up the first one.
Coach Weiss very high on Dodge.
Physicality on the far side. Dodge a whole ton of face-offs last season, and Billy Dwan runs a man into the sideline and an early flag. And Billy Dwan was giving you a wave. Second in the America East, 39%.
Jack Combs, 66.
75% in game one. They shut down Jacksonville in every facet. Don't think it's going to stay that high for too long. Inside now, Pope's shot, and McCool is there to answer the bell for the first time. Wasn't tested much last week. Jimmy Ippoliti. Right then, he guaranteed Syracuse fans that SU was going to be right back where it was that last year, but in a more successful position. Joey Spallina, 3 goals for him in the first game. Spallina moves off X and finds the back of the net. Gets it going just 2 minutes in. Made it look pretty easy right there.
Not sure if we'll be able to see it, but Vermont goalie here, D'Andrea, just gets shaken up off that contact with Spallina. Spallina ends up being able to shoot that on an open net. We'll monitor D'Andrea, see if he gets back in cage.
Spallina playing a little bit of hangman. D'Andrea is shaken up for Jacksonville, who was the reigning ASUN Defensive Player of the Year, got injured on the first shot. And so now into the crease, it's Ryan Daly, who was the primary goalie last season. You see the 60% save percentage, but allowed less than 10 goals a game. Johnny Mullen wins his first draw.
Numbers.
Here comes Billy Dwan with the pull, goes down low, and Daly early into the game. Mullen picks it back up, and it's fought for. Finally, the loose change collected by Bardwell, the sophomore from Indiana.
Here.
They whistle finds Spallina. That's exactly where he wants to be. Trey Deer on the receiving end of a perfect feed. Quickly 2-0. And Deer picking up right where he left off last week.
If Burt Whistle continues to get this short stick matchup, I expect him to be inverting at X. This leads to a Spallina hang-up where you feel like you find him all the time. And Trey Deer, what a start for his sophomore season. We highlighted him a little bit in the opener. Just catches that one in and out of his stick. Dreamy, number 9, O'Brien, they'll join Ryder, 22.
O'Brien, a small body, but makes a huge impact. Shot down off the foot of McCool. He kicks it away. Billy Dwan right to it like a magnet. Gets it back out to McCool, and he, through the first 2 games as a starter, he filled in for Will Mark when he was struggling in the ACC tournament last year. English finds Spallina, and he finds the back of the net again. Syracuse pouring it on early. 5.5 minutes in, a 3-0 lead. And this is what Joey Spallina does, Steven.
Joey Spallina, great start to his game. I believe this is his 3rd point. This starts off the Sam English dodge. Vermont has to slide. Spallina meets this ball, moves his feet into it. Snappy release. Beats Daly low.
Lightning minutes of this one.
3 points early. Just been extremely opportunistic, whether it's from a dodging perspective there on that first one. Feeding, we talked about him getting hang-ups whenever he wants them, and then his finishing ability here.
Well, you saw the connection with Tyler McCarthy.
Finn Thompson with a short stick at X. Vermont has switched up the matchups a little bit between who they're putting the pole on.
Flag flies out on that far side, and a rotation in front. Get our first penalty of the game. On the Vermont end of the field, that is.
Looked like some off-ball pushing. I believe Spallina ended up in the crease, which is why they blew that one dead.
Green 2-6, green 2-6, 30 seconds, interference.
Well, that's Eddie Schwasnick. Schwasnick, a big
first look at the Syracuse man up now.
And a pretty good start to their season on the man up against Jacksonville. A compressed look for Vermont inside, and the far side, it's Hiltz. The ball's in the back of the net. Owen Hiltz right back to scoring. 38 goals last year, and he's starting to count right toward that again this year.
You're going to see Owen Hiltz starting top center on this man up. They're going to move this ball down the side. Off camera there, Hiltz just nonchalantly walking through the middle of the field and then cuts back to the ball right to Spallina. Runs off a pick from Deere inside. Not a huge social media guy. He's found a ton of success here.
Yeah, future pro.
For sure, both indoor and outdoor.
Inside, Hiltz feeds one back. Thompson goes between his legs. Bullseye. Syracuse routing the Catamounts in the first quarter, a 5-0 lead.
Syracuse attack, just moving the ball right now at an elite level. We see Spallina hitting Hiltz for a little slip. Then inside to Thompson. What a shot that is. His back to the cage, catches it with that inside hand. Just tosses that between the legs. So nonchalant. He's so skilled. Really confident player. Some of these guys that look like a Johnny Mullen per se, or even move like a Sam English. Very physical on that ride. Good job just staying in front of O'Hara. Force that turnover.
Spallina again finds Roa, bounces in, and finds the back of the net. If that's not fun, I don't know what is. Oh man, Luke Roa right back on the score sheet after a hat trick last week.
Luke Roa, he can go righty, he can go lefty. We've seen him dodge from different points. Last week it was a lot from up top directly. There we see him go from the wing, comes underneath, keeps this stick to the outside. Nice bouncer there, right under the crossbar there. I know that a lot of the players was speaking with Hiltz. I'm really thankful for Coach Gate.
And there's the first goal for Vermont. On the score sheet for the first time. Didn't take quite as long as Jacksonville last week. Past the near side and a pole goal.
Matthew Drimmie getting his first start in his first college game, number 8 here. Just put some pressure on the Syracuse defense early. Gets to the middle of the field in between the hash marks. Finds Jack Combs, 66, sophomore captain. Did a little bit of double take there. Nice composure from him. Syracuse inverting a lot early here.
Back to Leo, and it's off the side of the cage this time. Hard to believe.
Dodges hard.
Vermont wins the backup. It's restarted by Ryder. Missed pass in the middle of the field. Syracuse swarms right to it. And there's another Tewaaraton watch list guy, Billy Twan, who's trying to poke it away. Right in front of the Syracuse sideline, they're trading blows. Oh, the physicality, triple team, flag flies. Most likely an elite Whitaker. Back to Pope, it was off of a shoe on the way through. Right there for it. Syracuse swarming. Instead, just 11 seconds to shoot for the Cuse. Roa finds Hiltz. Hiltz turns and blasts one off the side of the post. Vermont picks it up, so this time the Catamounts hold off the orange.
Looked like Syracuse was trying to get into a bit of a quick hitter there.
Flag up the far side of the field.
Good job by Vermont stopping it.
Ball goes out, we got another call. And another flag flies just in front of us. I think this one's going against the orange. In transition, a third flag. Get a look at the cross check, which was the foul that originally started things. So Michael Leo, he gets called twice. Once for unsportsmanlike, once for the check.
The hustle plays you can deal with.
Very willing to share stuff with us. He was talking about meditation and how he likes to get his mind right before games. Encourages the rest of the guys to do that as well. Even encourage them to go skiing.
Have to in Vermont.
Got to make sure the guys stay loose. Vermont's still got 50 seconds here on the man up. Trading it around the horn right now, and finally a pass inside is high of the stick, and Yisel, he's got great chemistry with these guys. And of course a veteran player as well, grad student doing his final year here.
Looks like a grown man out there.
He is.
Second line here, Burt Whistle, Back to that invert. See Spallina with a hang up.
Another one, and he finds Deer again. What do they say the definition of crazy is? You do the same thing multiple times and expect different results. Joey Spallina finds Trey Deer.
This is a carbon copy of that first half goal. Birtwistle inverts, brings it up the left side, throws it back to X where Spallina has his defender hung up, and Trey Deer just sitting right on that crease. Quick stick goal, calm, cool, collected.
With Mason Cohn last year, a ton of pole goals for the Tufts transfer who spent his grad year at Syracuse. He's the primary face-off guy. Mullen got a lot of time too. Sammy English over to Owen Hiltz. Hiltz operates from X, finds Spallina. Again, the Orange start the second quarter with a flurry of goals.
Syracuse is going to continue to do more of the same. As they get this ball to X, they're flashing to both pipes. As you see Spallina and Thompson there, that Vermont defender has to play two. Wide open, nice find there by Hiltz, nice finish by Spallina.
Coordinator at SU, Johnny Rachusa back in for this draw. And he loses it. A win for Henry Dodge. Extended time for Rachusa 2 seasons ago. Didn't play much last year, and a ball off the shin of Dodge in front. A trail check against Billy Dwan. He falls to the turf, and looked like the official on the far end almost went for his flag, but seems to hold back. Michael Grace comes away with it in the end anyway. A couple of minutes last week. Senior from Bohemia, New York.
Corda has a lot of time early in his career. He's been waiting patiently his sophomore and junior year with the influx of this class of 22.
They're not leaving Spallina alone this time. In front, Peyton Anderson. A night for the Orange. The blowout is on for the second straight week.
If you see one of your top attackmen with a short stick matchup, either get out of his way or start moving off ball. Peyton Anderson seeing Spallina on the island, working his matchup. Spallina doing a good job of throwing fakes, freezing the defense. Peyton Anderson cuts hard. Catches this ball, tough finish here. Just keeps those feet moving.
Spallina shot. Thompson gives the screen. Spallina! Bullseye! Double digits for the Cuse before Vermont's even got 2.
Spallina on fire right now. Motions for Finn Thompson to come set a pick for him. Runs directly up the hash. Stops those feet before the short stick gets to him. Settles in. Sticks that high to high.
Like
He's feeling it. Captain for Vermont. He's neutralized him as well. Dwan and Figueres both winning their matchups today.
Like you said, Whitaker's a serious threat. Michael Grace just strips a man on the far side. Colin Decker picks it right back up. Whitaker, more than 20 goals last season. He's got a knack for the back of the net, but looks lifeless today. Billy Dwan, 8 pole goals for him a year ago. He stings one just wide. Goal and assist for him last week as well. Pretty impressive shot, actually. Trey Deer flings it ahead all the way to Spallina, who's one-on-one to the 5-hole, and it's trapped down by Daly.
Nice save there by Daly. Gets low and then stays calm as he's over that ball. Doesn't knock it in of it, but you know, in a game when you got a defender crashing right on you.
Roa all alone to Spallina.
Syracuse couple empty possessions here. We saw the Birtwistle turnover to start, and then Spallina just with 2 quick shots. I mean, he's clearly feeling it, but look for them to settle it down a little bit.
3 flags fly on a big-time hit straight into the back of Jack Combs. Another chance for the man-up unit for Vermont.
Jack Combs draws his 2nd penalty of the day, I believe.
No attackman on the score sheet for the Catamounts. Out to Ryder, looking to break open on a tough day, and another pass high, and Sam English turns on the Jets.
The stick work errors there.
Straight into the restricted area. Only 30 seconds to go now, and Spallina back to work. Hiltz couldn't handle the pass inside. It was knocked down. Combs almost decked right over the middle.
Just don't need to force that quick.
Bullock down the middle, and his shot's off the arm of McCool.
Nice save by McCool, off-stick hip.
Not much time. Catamounts trying to put a second, get that straight line off the scoreboard. To the near wing. And a tip try on the shot from Charlie Pope. As shot that he saw. Stayed in the game though.
Daly, 9 saves. He's played well.
Violation goes against Henry Dodge. And on the sidelines, we've got Sean Dorcelis with more.
Yeah, Luke, I spoke to Coach Fifes, and he mentioned, that mindfulness.
Back up the points threshold to take the early season lead for SU. Michael Leo, a diving shot. And Daly just goes down to a knee, and he's there to answer it.
A bit stagnant possession there. Not a ton of movement. Michael Leo drew the initial slide, ended up getting a matchup change. Tried to work that short stick matchup. Nice caused turnover there by Sam English.
Making things happen in the midfield. All alone, Thompson finds Twine. 10-goal lead for the Orange. The onslaught just continues.
This goal starts with Sam English on the ride. Nice pickoff there. Gets a hockey assist. Moves it forward to Spallina, who finds Thompson, who just calmly puts this one low to high. Finn Thompson so smooth. Spallina's 9th point.
Behind cage for Joey Spallina. He's gonna try and make it happen right now. Hiltz, turning shot, and into the trapper for Daly.
Hiltz has struggled shooting a little bit tonight. I will say the one compliment to what he's been doing, he's been trying to increase his angle, get more towards the middle of the field. Daly's been tracking it really well, though.
How do you manage that in a game like this where... Here comes Steven, or rather English, right down Broadway, and his shot's denied. Comes right back out to Schwasnick.
Syracuse, I know they're up 10.
Well, that ball's kicked around. Carter Rice picks it up. Bad turnover. Spallina alone. That's it. His 10th point of the game. Ties his career high.
Vermont, another turnover in the clear. Nice pickup by Carter Rice. Immediately picks this ball up, finds Spallina. And that's his 10th point of the game. He's playing confident tonight.
From the LSM, Jack Combs. They haven't had an attackman score a goal today, and Charlie Pope takes a tumble in the process. Flag flies. Not sure what that one's for.
Good job hanging on there, Pope. Of note, number 34, Max Goldstein. He's moved down to attack.
And there's a goal. On the flag, finally, it's the freshman Matthew Drimmie, the first of his career. Brings it back to a 10-goal game. See if we get any clarification on what the foul was.
It's good, flag's waved off, I'll leave it.
Catamount goal is first of the evening.
Nice job by Charlie Pope here. Just hanging on to this ball, dealing with a lot of pressure. Gets it over to Ryder, who finds Drimmie, who has a nice hitch there.
A good little passing sequence. Billy Dwan gives him a little bit of space, ends up going up. Try and translate that over into the college level. Down on the sidelines, we've got our man, Sean Dorcelis.
Yeah, guys, I was able to confirm with Coach Fifes at halftime that Jake D'Andrea is out for the rest of the game with a lower body injury, so it will be Ryan Daly in net the rest of the way.
Battled for right in the midfield. D'Andrea out, injured on the first shot. Jimmy McCool comes across crease. Nabs that one out of midair. Gets it to Carter Rice, racing through the midfield. Rice all alone, straight down the middle, and it's into the trapper. The shot high to low against Ryan Daly.
Seeing some back and forth here. Good goalie play. McCool Daly.
Carter Rice, one of the seniors on this team. Another guy from Mass. On the far side, McCool answers again. Another shot from the freshman Drimmy, lobbed into the midfield for Spallina, and he can't hang on to it. That's Jake Spallina, who played in limited time last week, and now he makes a big hit, trying to live up to his namesake. His brother has done a heck of on that play a minute ago. Back out to Cullen Decker. Decker 3 goals last season in his sophomore year. Over around to Whitaker again. He's trying to create something, and he can't get enough velocity on the shot to beat Jimmy McCool. Other teams.
Hilt's so calm inside.
Roa gets double teamed. Nice slide from Vermont, staying with him step for step. Roa takes a big hit on a screen. Flag flies, shot whistles wide.
Ball defender. It's a good job of Roa there.
Sacrificing his body for his team, and a non-releasable. Syracuse can do a lot of damage in 2 minutes. Man down unit onto the field again for Vermont. So far today, 3 for 4 for them.
Syracuse went back to that opener that we saw on that Hiltz goal early.
Thompson just misses. 2 tosses up top, in front Deere. He's stymied from down low.
Nice save by Daly. Another big save.
Daly has come up clutch in the late stages of this third quarter. His offense can't seem to get him anything, though. Deere out front, Thompson again. Batted out of the air by Hiltz. Oh, he scores. Owen Hiltz knocked it out of midair with the side of his stick. The Cuse have 13.
Feel for Daly here. He's been standing on his head in this third quarter. Syracuse moves this ball. Finn Thompson goes low to low. Hiltz just does a good job reacting. Slaps this one in with one hand. 13-2 Syracuse.
Contact from a Syracuse team that set the tone, but he's doing everything that he can. Well, there is the Union transfer, Zach Davis, who gets it off to Decker. Decker stutter steps and tries to gain separation, shoots and scores. Cullen Decker trying to break back into this one. Gives Vermont its 3rd goal.
Vermont's offense does a good job here switching fields, making the Syracuse defense small. Decker here, I wanted to almost interrupt you and say Decker should shoot this. He's at about 10, 11 yards. Nice job there, dodging hard, dodging confident. As an attackman, that's your job.
10 seconds to add on a 3rd. Spallina goes with the high knees, drops it off. Leo tries to turn with a shot. Daly was onto it. 5 seconds, shot along the turf, and Daly's right there again as the horn sounds.
Daly, a bright spot.
Keeps forcing him backwards, and now a flag. Maybe too much on that 3rd one from Ochoa. Spin off to the near side. Pope goes high to low, and McCool's there to answer it. He's throwing his hands up, questioning the call. Well, he can't believe it.
Dick. I was critiquing Vermont's offense earlier for the lack of that. No, Ochoa, I thought, did a good job on that initial one, then catches him high in the neck.
Up 0 for 5 on the season, which just includes today, of course. 1st game of the year for the Catamounts, 2nd game of the year for the Orange. Sidewinding shot into the back of the net. Tristan Whitaker on the board. He finally breaks through. Vermont strikes on the man up.
Vermont shows good poise here, working this ball around. Whitaker just does a good job. I was speaking to it earlier, finding those seams, filling those gaps, holding on to that ball for an extra second, moving your feet on man up, seeing what that defense is giving you. And unfortunately, it's usually the last thing that you need to do is rush, because then you just don't run your offense, start having turnovers, then the lead gets larger.
And some off-ball contact. Billy Dwan sent Jack Combs down to the turf. and he gestured toward the official on the near side. Couldn't believe it.
Syracuse spending a decent amount of time in the box today.
Yeah, you had those minute 30 with the penalties to Leo and Spallina. Decker feeds it out a long way to Pope. Pope fakes it inside.
Free possession here for Vermont.
They're flinging it around like they got some agency right now. Just scored, looking for back-to-back goals for the first time today, and Jimmy McCool says not just yet. But that call, get another look at it here.
30-second technical for interference.
Just too much contact there.
On watch list, his last year in New Jersey. Goldstein again, still out on that attack. Behind cage is Ryder. Feed in front, another shot. He got tipped on the way through. Maybe it was an intentional pass, but it's caught up and settled down by Ryder again.
What a play by Combs. Playing back at X on that low wing. Receives that pass from Ryder, collects it, throws it inside. Highly skilled for the pole.
Combs has got some real versatility. There's a bounce shot from Pope. Beats Jimmy McCool. Back-to-back goals for Vermont. They've got the only goals in this fourth quarter.
Pope attacks Juan here. I was almost going to interrupt you again, telling him to slow it down. He's had a couple ill-advised shots this quarter. Does a good job here getting to his strong right hand. A little awkward step there. Fools McCorward. Anderson collects it, finds Hoddle. That's good offense.
Less than 10 minutes to go in the game. Syracuse trying to break up a Vermont scoring streak. Not something you could have said in any of the first three quarters. Joey Spallina finds Thompson. His shot, Daly again. Ryan Daly standing on his helmet.
He's been great. Making a ton of saves. Doing all he can to keep Vermont in this.
Unexpectedly.
Look to see them attack some of these short stick matchups more.
Here's one right now. Hoddle is cut off by the goal in front. The shot didn't get through on McCool. Syracuse gets to it. Figueres. A collision between Goldstein and Hoddle. Davis again. Had a lot of chances from up high. He goes down low this time. Swim dodge inside, and Ippoliti gets across to make the save.
Nice save by Ippoliti there. Bites a little bit on the fake, but gets his body.
Going to be held scoreless in the final quarter, but it doesn't matter. Time ticks away in the Orange pickup. It's 950th program win. Gary Gate